far is Barthle here for? You're going to tell me.
Sorry.
You're going to tell me. Have we got back?
24 miles.
24 miles.
Sorry, guys.
You said you were going to get it from me, then you just didn't get back to me with it.
24 miles.
You told me now you have to get back to me again.
I think it's 24 miles.
Yeah. Just one time.
There was a tweet saying the plane was full of paratroopers.
Yeah. And I'm going to go with it because the Defence Ministry confirmed to us.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for your patience. It's been a busy evening. Been working on bringing you guys the latest out of Kiev. We're currently listening to multiple mics out of Kiev right now. We have 2 audio feeds. Earlier, all of the feeds we had gone down, so I had to find some new feeds for you guys. And finally, the CNN hot mic came back up, so we got that back up for you guys because that was pretty interesting from last night. At the moment, I'm just kind of going through some of the updates I've been compiling for you guys over the past couple hours, and we are going to take a look at those. For those of you tuning in on Twitch and YouTube, thank you much for tuning in. I see some people asking where the audio is from. I'll again repeat myself. We're listening to 2 separate audio feeds out of Kiev. One from the square in central Kiev, and the other one is from a CNN hot mic, which is located somewhere near the camera you see in the middle of the screen, I believe. If anybody else has any other Kiev shots that they want to share, any other live Kiev cameras, you can go ahead and PM me those. No multicam shots, we just need singular shots that I can put up on screen here for you guys. We're expecting a heightened level of activity over the coming hours in and around Kiev. So we are going to keep an eye out for that. We're going to be really focusing a lot on Kiev tonight. We'll also be kind of looking into some of the troop movements, which we were watching yesterday and last night near Kherson. We'll tune into that convoy and get some updates on how that situation has unfolded.
The Ukrainian Defence Ministry has said that they have shot down a Russian transport plane, an Oulson 76, which is a very big aircraft. And what the Defence Ministry say is that that was carrying Russian paratroopers. Now, I have to stress at this stage that
thank you, Young Nosa, for sending over this camera. Get that up on screen here for you guys. This is near the, sorry if I'm not pronouncing this correctly, but the Oblansky district in Kiev. So yeah, I'll definitely get this one up on screen too. We'll replace the, in fact, I'm going to just make these top 4 Kiev cams, as well as the bottom one. We'll try to populate all of them.
Also that military airbase that has been taken by Russian special forces, and the expectation still tonight, is that there will be...
Just one moment, guys, while I start to, I'm going to exchange some of these cameras out on our layout. Get some more angles of Kiev. We'll get rid of this angle, and we'll take our Sumi cam and put our Sumi cam over there. This angle of Kiev we will put right over here. There we go. That looks good to me. And so it's some archive footage, so we can't use that. We need live cams. T-Rex, thank you very much. I'll T-Rex, I'll talk to you like in an hour or so here if you're still available, and we'll touch base. Thank you for that, PM. Somebody said this camera has visible explosions live, so we will take a look at that camera as well, and perhaps get it on screen. This is another camera out of Kiev. If somebody could geolocate this camera for me, be useful. Not sure if you guys can see that whole angle there. We're gonna have to, yeah, I'm gonna have to get that up on a an on-screen cam here. Should we replace the Kharkiv cam with that one? Perhaps. Somebody said good luck geolocating that one. Yeah, it is pretty dark. It might look a little bit better when I get it up here on the screen. I'm going to put that just right over the Kharkiv cam for now. That one does have explosions happening in the distance. I guess I can go ahead and full screen that one for you guys too. So we have audio coming out of a few of our Kiev shots now. So you guys should be able to pick up some audio coming out of there if you're listening closely and if I stop talking.
But if so as long as you want to, you know what I mean?
Go ahead and cut to that cam for you guys so you can see those explosions. Distance, you should see those on screen now. We're also going to put this Earth cam up on screen as well. And get that on screen for you guys. Yeah, we'll put that over. So actually, I think this one is Lviv up here. So we're gonna change that. So now all 4 of our top cams are Kiev. The lower left is Kiev. Top right, farthest cam is Sumy. Somebody said Ontario has stopped importing Russian vodka. That'll definitely put the pressure on the Kremlin.
Yeah. Can you the yeah. Ready? Just a second. Ready? Just a second. But you want to use this or just use? But you want to use this or just use it? Yeah. Yeah. Just use it. Yeah. Let's just use it. Let's just use it.
Yeah, I just realized a few moments ago that one of these streams has double audio. I think that fixed it. We'll see. And no, for those asking, it's not lightning. Those are bombs you're seeing going off in the distance. Our top four, the top left four cams in that corner are all Kiev. The lower left is Kiev. The one in the lower right is currently Kiev. And the top cam near our feed there is Sumy. Somebody maybe has a better cam to put there. We could put a better cam there. Yeah, sounds like that audio doubling is fixed now, so. Somebody asked, are some of these cams in loops? What do you mean in loops? These are all live feeds coming directly out of Ukraine, just to be clear to everybody watching. You can find sources for these in the description below and or over on our Discord server, where we are getting, where everybody shares the reports that they're sending in to us, that we read off to you guys, and that's where we're sharing all of these links to CCTV cameras in and around Ukraine. So we're going to also get a role established, a rank established on the server for translators. A lot of the translators are asking for that, so I'll go ahead and do that now, and we'll add that to the rank board, so you guys can get your translator rank if you have any translation skills, and then people can ping you in mass to get translation. To everybody looking for the live cam sources, if they're not in the description below, go over to the Discord, and we have both the videos channel where people are posting those, and they're also posting them in Ukraine Cams, the Ukraine Cams channel. So if you guys would like to go find the cameras with the audio, you can find those there.
Шо, ребята, как дела? Шо, тиха украинская ночь, да, как говорил великий украинский писатель Гоголь? Все ли у вас хорошо, ребятки? Нравятся ли вам наши байрактары? Как вы думаете, что это над вами сейчас летает? Как вы думаете, что это шуршит в кустах, пацаны? Какие у вас есть мысли по этому поводу? Чтобы это могло быть, блин? У нас есть все. Вам жопа, парни. На самом деле, мы с пленными, возможно, это ошибка, но мы к пленным относимся довольно хорошо. Поэтому сейчас вы стали прямо.
Some audio started coming out of this feed here, so we had to mute that, but we'll get that back up on screen here, guys. Somebody says we need dark mode St. Javelin. If somebody in the Discord, whoever can make me just really quickly a dark mode St. Javelin and PM that to me, I will put that up on screen so that people aren't getting blinded as they're trying to keep an eye on the dark skies of Kiev here for signs of action. Alright guys, that translator rank is now available in the welcome channel. For anybody that is tuning in, if you guys haven't got your ranks on the Discord yet, we just put up a new rank board in the welcome channel, and you can access all of those there. Yep, for those of you asking, we are still tuning into this Kiev audio. We're hearing lots of explosions in the distance as the Russian forces advance on the city of Kiev. We're seeing flashes of light in the sky at this time, and so we're just kind of keeping an eye on those. At the moment, I'm kind of preparing a round of updates to send your guys' way here in a few minutes, and we'll cover that. Oh, thank you for the dark mode St. Javelin, Dan, and I bet 15 other people probably sent one over too. But we'll probably use Dan's. Hopman said make a NATO soldier rank. Well, we have the veteran rank. You can just take that. You'll have to settle for the veteran rank. Yeah, thank you to everybody that whipped open Photoshop and whipped us up a dark mode St. Javelin. Thank you guys for that. In fact, Broken DDoS, he did a pretty good job. He even went above and beyond with that one. However, we don't have the text. We need the text so that people know it's St. Javelin, the protector of Ukraine. But I mean, really good work here by Broken DDoS. Look how far this guy took it. Excellent work there. Yep, so somebody said the Earth cam is facing west, so that's this one here. Hopman, the ranks can be found in the welcome channel. Oh, Broken DDoS says he didn't make it, he went to Google. Well, to whomever made that, that's pretty cool. To anybody that wants the veteran rank, you can get that in the welcome chat. Look in the welcome channel. Yeah, you can find that stuff in the welcome channel, guys. So if you want those ranks, they are there for you. To everybody that's sending me other Kiev cams, thank you for these. Also the Sumi cam, I'll probably replace that one here just when I get a second. Okay, yeah, Dan's definitely looked the cleanest. So Dan, your best turned out to be the best. So we'll get that on screen here for you guys. Some more flashes there I saw on the screen just now. All right, guys, finally, there we go. We have dark mode St. Javelin on the screen. Thank you, Dan, for that again. Much appreciated. To everybody still PMing about the dark mode pick, we got it handled. It's on screen now. But thank you guys. Thanks to all 100 of you that just opened your Photoshop, opened your Photoshops and got to work. Thank you guys for that. That's awesome. Somebody said, could you please start by playing trending combat footage from Twitter, like on the first day? Yeah, I will start my updates, my round of updates, just kind of going through a lot of the footage that has come out of the region over the past 12 hours or so. And then we'll kind of touch on, some different articles and stuff, and, talk about kind of what the narrative is coming out of Moscow and what the narrative is coming out of Ukraine right now. We'll touch on all the developments in and around President Zelensky over the past 24 hours, because he's posted a lot of stuff. He's come out with a lot of addresses to the nation, so we'll kind of go through that, and we'll also keep an eye on the radar and the aircraft situation in and around the region tonight. But right now, we're still keeping an eye on Kiev, and the first thing I'll want to do is kind of run through some updates about the situation that is ongoing on the outskirts of Kiev at this time, because that's the immediate situation here. That's the big fight that's going on right now, is the fight for the capital here in Kiev. It's really hard for us to get cameras or verifiable video for you guys in real time out of that area, because it's a ongoing conflict zone. It's a war zone at this time, so it's kind of hard to get footage coming out of there quickly that is also verifiable. So keep in mind when we start showing you guys clips and stuff that some stuff may be unconfirmed. As the hours go on, we usually we kind of piece together the puzzle, and we start to get kind of a more concrete understanding of what's really going on the ground. Somebody's saying they think there will be Russian tanks at the square at midnight. So there's been on and off reports of Russian tanks in and around the center of the city. A lot of those are fake news. Some of them were Ukrainian troop movements in and around the city, so we got to be careful about vetting some of this reporting as we bring it to you guys. Somebody said a lot of footage from the metro station battle. Yeah, we'll take a look into all of the footage that's come out over the day when we start to go through updates. Yep, for everybody that doesn't know, there is currently active fighting going on the outskirts of Kiev. On the outskirts of the city, the Russian military is slowly advancing closer to the city. The Ukrainians are putting up a hell of a fight, though, and there's been a lot of stories coming out of Kiev of the bravery of some of these Ukrainian soldiers laying their lives on the line to slow the Russian advance, and we'll show you guys some of that stuff tonight as well. Yeah, for some of you that want some updates on the convoy near Kherson, at some point we'll also touch on that stuff as well. Right now, if anybody has updates that are coming in out of Kiev, if anybody wants to send me updates from like the past hour or so, most recent information that anybody may have, you guys can go ahead and PM that stuff to me, and I'll start running through some of those updates along with some of the stuff we've aggregated here on our end. Currently, last we heard, there was, as I said, ongoing fighting on the outskirts of the city. We can hear those explosions now. We can see flashes in the sky on multiple cams here from these explosions. The top 4 cams in the top left are all Kiev. Some of them people have gone ahead and geolocated. We believe this one here coming out of EarthCam is pointed to the west, I believe. I think this camera here is pointed kind of towards the north, if I'm not mistaken. And we're not exactly, I don't think we're too sure on these yet. We could probably, if anybody knows in the YouTube live chat and in the Twitch chats, the geolocations of these, or at least maybe some insight as to the direction they're facing in the city, that would be helpful, if you can make that be known. So Odin Wind sent me something interesting. We were talking a lot about the St. Javelin, and she thought it might be worthwhile for me to show you guys and talk a little bit about the statue that we see. I believe this is in the square, if I'm not mistaken, or I think this is in Kiev. Correct me if I'm not mistaken, but Odin Wind said, Berehina, the goddess of hearth, home, and protection, in 1991, when Ukraine gained their independence, they chose to erect a statue of Berehina to be a symbol of their freedom. And, you know, no one knows who she is. She deserves much representation, you know, just as much as St. Javelin, our mascot that we have taken up here on the stream. So that was an interesting piece of information from Odin Wind. Thank you for that. For everybody still sending me, there's still people sending me dark mode St. Javelins. I think we got it. Somebody made a transparent one. I don't think that's necessary right now because that would there's a background behind that image there, so people would have to stare at that ugly thing. So here's some video from the Intel Crab. Once again, guys, you know, it's hard to confirm stuff like this. These reports coming off Twitter, you know, it's like I would give it, you know, 50-50 propaganda and fake videos. Sometimes we get some real reporting. But here, let's take a look at that. Apparently this is within the MO7 business loop in Kiev proper, so this is pretty close to the city, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody's saying Fox News showed this video. Okay, I don't think that really gives much credibility to it, but there is that. So apparently mainstream media has been showing this video. So yeah, you can hear a lady speaking Ukrainian there in that footage. If anybody else has any other footage out of the Kiev situation, you can go ahead and send that over now. I'll try to get that up on screen here for you guys. So again, here's some unconfirmed reporting out of Twitter, but we're just going to take a look at the video. I believe this is also some footage of fighting near Kiev. It shows to be, it seems to be a vehicle on fire of some kind. Here's some yelling and some fire being exchanged. Some rounds being exchanged there towards the end of the video. Here's yep, this is that same video. If you guys could try not to send me duplicate posts, that'd be nice. Somebody just sent me 2 in a row, the same video. All right. Is this the same video? Let's see. Here we go. Here's some other footage out of Ukraine here. Out of Kiev, I believe. So that's some interesting video out of Kiev there. Here is the announcement that Zelensky made earlier from outside the presidential office in the capital of Kiev. So he is still in Kiev.
Добрий вечір. Лідер фракції тут, голова Офісу президента тут, прем'єр-міністр Шмигаль тут, Подоляк тут, президент тут. Всі ми тут, наші військові тут, громадяни суспільства тут, всі ми тут. Захищаємо нашу незалежність, нашу державу. І так буде й далі. Слава нашим захисникам, слава нашим захисницям. Слава Україні!
Героям слава.
So that was from
Всім добрий вечір.
earlier today. Somebody said that's Victory Lane or Victory Road or something like that. I believe that road that we saw in that previous video there we were watching. Here's some other footage of the heavy fighting on the outskirts of Kiev. Somebody said that sounds like an ammo dump on fire. That's exactly what I was just thinking. It sounds like maybe some supply trucks or something got hit. Some ammo, maybe supplies or something like that. That definitely sounds like some kind of store of weapons or something got hit. So this is interesting. These clashes that we're seeing here are apparently visible from Google Maps. So that's quite interesting. Might be worthwhile for us to look into keeping track on some of the traffic updates off Google Maps. I know that those have come in useful over the past couple of days. Epiphany says, I found the top middle Kiev cam, and he has geolocated that camera. The top middle cam, guys, is, yep, that looks about right to me, too. So the cam is here, looking this way onto the bridge. And there you see the waterway as it circles around there. So, Epiphany, is that confirmed then? That is in a westerly direction? Because then that would confirm that for us. Here's another report here out of Kiev. Let me see here if I can expand that out so you guys can see what I'm talking about here. There we go. Okay. Let's get that there like that, and bring that right up there, and bring this right down here. I think that might be a little bit better now if we just have it a little wider like that. Okay. All right. So here from the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, our air defense forces shot down a 1L-76 with an enemy landing near Vasilkov, 20 kilometers south from Kiev. So that's an interesting update there. I believe those maybe would have been paratroopers then, or either that or just a... I know there's a couple landing spots they are trying to get troops into. I'm not sure if they have control of the airports at this time. If maybe somebody could update me on if the Russians have control of the airport at this time. Here's another shot somebody did in 3D Street View of the camera we're seeing. So that's interesting. Thank you for that. Dual on. So here's another video here out of Kiev. The orange skies of Kiev right now, as fierce clashes are taking through this between Russia and Ukraine forces. Okay, let's have a listen in here. Is there any audio on this? Yeah, I believe there is. There should be. Yeah, I'm not sure if there's any audio on this, but you can see there the sky being lit up, which we have been seeing on these cameras now all night. Interesting footage there. Yeah, so this has been an ongoing situation today. Hacktivist group Anonymous, after declaring war on the Russian government yesterday, has successfully breached and leaked the database of the Russian Ministry of Defense website. So that's an interesting little victory there. So, yeah, for everybody that was watching this stream last night, you might remember the convoy of vehicles we were watching head towards Kherson. All of those cameras we watched later in the night as the Russian troops finally realized that we were watching them. And they took down all of the cameras after hours of us taking pictures and video of their movements and activities en route to Kherson. So that was interesting. We actually watched them. Somebody got footage actually and uploaded it to YouTube of them taking down those cameras. And Epiphany says yes, that is confirmed to be looking west. So this top cam here is confirmed to be looking west. So I believe that's currently away from conflict that is happening. I could be wrong on that. I mean, it looks like our top left cam might be lagging behind a little bit. Let's get a look on that real quick because it looks really dark. I guess it maybe looks like it's starting to get brighter, but wow, the exposure on that top middle cam is insane. Not sure if this is some repeat footage that we saw earlier. But again, more of that footage of the clash that's happening on the outside of the city there. Yeah, so let's fix this top cam here. Let's take a look at that. Because yeah, it's looking really bright compared to our other few cams. And what time is it in Kiev right now? It's only 3:52 a.m. So yeah, that is definitely kind of sus. Let's take a look at that. Okay, I believe it's this one. Oh no, that was that one. Okay, so the cam that you're seeing there now will be Kharkiv, but I'm going to try to get that cam we were just looking at back up. So it looks like the camera may have gone down, actually, the one that we were looking at there. Okay, so yeah, this is the Earth cam. Okay, yeah, the Earth cam somehow... So it says, the Earth cam says it's live. However, that is obviously not true. Let's go ahead and refresh the page, take a look at that. Yeah, so the Earth cam, for anybody watching the Earth cam, it currently shows the city as being this bright. There's no way, unless the exposure is just ramped to the max. I don't think even that would make it look that bright. So that's interesting. That's an interesting development. Yeah, somebody said the top mid cam is brighter than his future. Yeah, that is for sure. I wonder what the deal with this Earth cam feed here is. If somebody maybe wants to send me a feed to replace on that westerly facing cam, I know there is a cam there. So let's try to get that. In the meantime, I'm going to take those down. We still have the 3 feeds here, and we also have the other one that you're watching on the right side here. Somebody said streetlights looked like they were on. Yeah, they did look like they were on, so it might have just been the... yes, somebody's saying it's a loop probably. Yeah, well, I know we have that feed, but an authentic. Somebody said Earth Cam is archived content. Realized from the title, Kiev is currently in blackout and has lights on, assuming it's from yesterday. All right, so yeah, if somebody can find me maybe the live feed off that camera, we could get that back on screen for
you. Here's your letter.
So Dolan says that camera that we were seeing there on the Earth cam, if we can get it back up, it's on the eastern side of the Dnieper River, facing toward the center of Kiev. Very possible there will be activity on the camera as Russian troops move further into the city. So here's the photo of our Soviet tank that we saw yesterday in that convoy. I thought it was important to put that back up on screen here for you guys so you can see that. This has become the symbol of the Russian advance into Ukraine. There's been all this talk over the recent weeks of, you know, how Putin has this ideological goal of reinstating the Soviet Union and the previous Russian Empire. And this tank is... their very dirty mascot. Looks like whoever the tank crew is, they really went all out, piling the brush on top of the turret here. As we were talking about last night, every single piece of Russian hardware in this convoy was like a unique snowflake. Every single one had some kind of, you know, difference, and they're all old. It was all old Soviet hardware. Of course, I believe this is a T-80, if I'm not mistaken here. Somebody asked, are the Ukrainians losing? Well, at this time, the Ukrainians are held to fight, and they're doing a good job at slowing the Russian advance. However, the Russians are definitely, you know, they're moving closer to Kiev as the minutes go by. This is interesting.
We'll talk about. No, there's a power around there. So.
Yeah, let's listen into the hot mic here.
You're doing IFB?
Yeah. There's one, is it? Should be something on that. Not anything right now, but it's going to break.
Yeah, so I should note, Russians have definitely had the majority of casualties. We talked about some of the reasons behind that last night, and I'll probably touch on those more later. But let's listen into the CNN hot mic here, because I think we might hear something interesting.
I've got you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
11. The CNN reporter just leaked his password.
All right.
Mike.
They're using the camera for the top. Yep.
There's a bump shot.
Yeah. Seb, do you know what direction this stuff is coming in?
I don't at the moment.
I just tried calling Tim, but no luck.
Just a little bit more, sorry, Alex.
Which way?
That way.
I'm trying to stay connected to my IFB. Is that good?
Oh, okay.
That's the east of the city. That's north. He said the Kyiv Zoo, and that is northwest, west. So that is north. That's east. That's west. So it's over there.
That's wind, you guys, I believe, coming in from their directional mic that you are hearing in your ears, not his breathing. But I could
Western
be wrong.
Kyiv, yeah.
Some Ukrainian ASMR, somebody says. Anybody know if Johnny FD and Bald and Bankrupt are still in the city of Kiev tonight, or did they get out of the city? If somebody could send me an update on that, I'd be interested in knowing that information.
Actually, no.
No, what?
Western Kiev is that.
Yeah. I just redid it. Yeah. Okay, thanks. Okay.
So, guys, really quickly, while we're inspecting this reporter's nose hairs, last night we were getting reports in that there were spikes in gamma radiation in and around the Chernobyl exclusion zone. Those have since been confirmed, and there, I believe there is confirmed reports that they did damage some of the nuclear waste containment facilities.
Yes.
If somebody could send me some more information on that, we'll get that on screen for you
That's
guys.
the newest stuff, right? A very honest assessment from President Zelensky there, Wolf, and from all the evidence that we have seen and that we are hearing, he is right. There is growing evidence that the Russians are really coming at this capital city of 3 million Ukrainians from all angles. Just moments ago, we heard what we believe to be the closest explosions to the city center yet. That is coming from the west, which is directly in front of me. We know that over the course of the past 24 hours, some of the fiercest fighting in Kyiv has been to the north and northeast of the city. Our own Matthew Chance was up at an airfield yesterday that was taken by the Russians. We know that Russians are marching on the city from the east, and we've just gotten word that there is some fierce fighting also taking place about 30 kilometers or 20 miles to the south. So really from every different direction, Wolf. So you have that honest assessment from President Zelensky, but at the same time, he says that the Ukrainians are putting up a fierce fight, and there is evidence of that. So far, the Russians have not made their way into the city. President Zelensky saying that hundreds of Russian service members have been killed, but also admitting that there have been significant losses on the Ukrainian side as well. The president has warned that tonight will be a real test, a real moment of a test for this country and for this city. Real moment he said of a test being decided right now.
Jesus, Lord
and Wolf,
Christ.
to give you a sense of where we are right now, not only have reservists for the Ukrainian military been called up, there has been a general
These guys
mobilization of all men from 18 to 60 years old. Anybody who wants a weapon to fight it can be given one. And you know, the Ministry of Defense not too long ago called on Ukrainians to put together Molotov cocktails to throw at advancing Russian forces. That's where we are right now. There is a lot of pride in the Ukrainian armed forces. There is a lot of patriotism and a lot of people saying that they're going to go out and fight. But that just gives you a sense to which the Ukrainian forces are outmanned and outgunned. So we are hearing more explosions in now and around Kyiv. We are hearing air raid sirens go off in the city. We are seeing some flashes in the distance as those explosions happen. So mounting evidence, Wolf, that this fighting is getting closer and closer to the capital city. Wolf? That's absolutely right. And the latest ones are, we believe, just a couple kilometers or miles away to the west. And I believe that we have some video of that. So let's take a listen so you can get a good sense of what we are hearing from this vantage point downtown. Take a listen. So that obviously coming from a resident of that area, again, to the west of the city. And I just want to reemphasize, Wolf, that we are now seeing and hearing this kind of explosion coming from every direction. That is in the west, we believe, over near the Kyiv Zoo. To the north, which has been the real concern for this city. That is where we have seen the most significant fighting. Remember, Russian troops coming down towards Kyiv from the Belarusian border. Where tens of thousands
Ladies
of
and
Russian
gentlemen in the
forces
audience,
have gathered over the
I
past few
appreciate
weeks
your
for what they have called exercises.
being
Now
calm and quiet and quiet
they were
participation
gathering for
during
this
the last
invasion.
few weeks.
We came up
So let's
from the southern
manage
part
to do that one more
of,
time.
we
No
came up,
outbursts of any
into Kyiv
sort.
from the south
And,
not too long ago, and now we are being told some of the
bring 'em in.
fiercest fighting tonight is taking place about 20 miles from the capital down there, just south of Kyiv.
Did you get all the others? Okay, good.
Jurors in the courtroom, Your Honor.
You all righty?
Jurors, please see. All jurors are present and accounted for, Your Honor.
All right, looks like juror number 2, do you have the verdict forms? Give them to the bailiff, please. Madam Clerk, would you please publish the verdict?
In the courts of the 6th Judicial Circuit in and for Pasco County, Florida, State of Florida versus Curtis Judson Reeves, case number 2014 CF 216 CF AXES. Information for count 1, murder in the second degree. Verdict. We, the jury, finds as follows. The defendant is not guilty. So say we all, this 25th day of February, 2022, juror number 2, foreperson. In the course of the 6th Judicial Circuit in and for Pasco County, Florida, State of Florida versus Curtis Judson Reeves, case number 2014 CF 216 CF AXES. Information for count 2, aggravated battery. Verdict. We, the jury, finds as follows. The defendant is not guilty. So say we all, this 25th day of February, 2022, juror number 2, foreperson.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Does counsel for either side wish to poll the jury? All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, the deputy clerk will poll the jury. That simply means that she will ask each of you individually if the verdict she read is your verdict. If it is, you need only answer yes. If it is not, of course, you should answer no. Madam Clerk, will you please poll the jury?
Juror number 1, is this your verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 2, is this your verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 3, is this your verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 4, is this your verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 5, is this your verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 6, is this your verdict?
Yes.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I wish to thank you for your time and consideration of this case. I also wish to advise you of some very special privileges enjoyed by jurors. No juror can ever be required to talk about the discussions that occurred in the jury room except by court order. For many centuries, our society has relied upon juries for consideration of difficult cases. We have recognized for hundreds of years that a jury's deliberations, discussions, and votes should remain their private affair as long as they wish it. Therefore, the law gives you a unique privilege not to speak about the jury's work. Although you are now, or will be in a moment, once I say the magic words, You are at liberty to speak with anyone about your deliberations. You are also at liberty to refuse to speak to anyone. A request to discuss either your verdict or your deliberations may come from those who are simply curious, from those who might seek to find fault with you, from the media, the attorneys, or elsewhere. It will be up to you to decide whether to preserve your privacy as a juror. So, on behalf of the state of Florida and everyone here, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for your long enduring service during this difficult case. You guys have been real troopers. It's been a long few weeks, and I want to thank you for performing the job that you have just done, and I hope you didn't find it too burdensome and you'll be willing to do the job again when the call comes. You're definitely good for at least a year, though, so at this time I will now discharge you from your service as jurors, and you are free to go. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Grab your phones, grab your phones. Did he get his phone?
Also went down.
Did he?
Somebody
Okay.
has another
Okay.
hot feed, hotline feed on Kiev, let me know. And get that back up on screen for you guys.
All right, Mr. Reeves, the jury having returned a verdict of not guilty as to count 1 and count 2, you are free to go.
Let's take a look at the
Congratulations, everyone. Thank you for a wonderful
they have
time.
areas in this area.
Good luck.
Region here around Crimea, so that's why the surveillance task is doing surveillance of basically the entire Ukraine tonight. So we see it down there. Keep track of Russian naval movements. Actually, hold on. Gotta get this up here. You guys can't see that. There we go. Yeah, I forgot that window is too small. Yeah, 600 bridge below, and multiple bridges destroyed in Ukraine over the past 24 hours. We were looking at a pretty crazy report of a young Ukrainian Marine who basically threw his life down,
Let's go.
put his life on the line, and
Thanks.
blew up a bridge, sacrificing his life to slow the Russian advance. So they
Fine. Oh, I gotta get all my stuff back here, dang it.
figured out. Somebody said Poland's airspace got eerily quiet a little bit ago. Yeah, there's been we've had various reports of explosions and stuff from kind of the conflict breaking out in this western area in Ukraine here in the Polish border. Not sure as to how much of that is confirmed, but yeah, definitely a darkening over Poland's airspace as well as Ukrainian airspace tonight. It's definitely a little bit quieter than I think you would usually see it. Get 4-tail track there back on. There we go. Grape Kool-Aid says, what's Forte looking for? Is it patrolling the Black Sea for Russian naval activity? That's exactly what it's doing. We were just talking about that a minute ago. It's also keeping an eye on Crimea. I'll drag that up for you guys so you can see it. It's also keeping an eye on the Black Sea here. Somebody said the guy that got ran over by the tank survived. Yeah, I saw that video earlier today. That was a pretty horrific sight. I wonder what was going through the minds of that Russian tank crew when they decided to run over a civilian car. Not sure what that was all about. I don't really have a full story on that. Who knows? Maybe they had been playing chicken on the road for some time. It's good to hear that he survived, though, after getting ran over by a tank. That'll make for a hell of a dinner conversation. If anybody else has, so I do still have a little bit of audio coming from that Kiev Square feed. If anybody else has, Kiev feeds that have audio, send them over. I'll get them up on screen. Okay, here's that one that was sent over earlier. Okay, now this is recorded. So that's when signals went down. That one. So yeah, we've had three of our Kiev feeds cut just the past hour then. So that's not good. Thank you to everybody that's sending me cam directions so we know like in what direction some of these cams are facing. Somebody says the DW feed has seems to have a live microphone. Okay, let me check on that real quick because I have that feed. I believe I have that feed open here. It had fallen behind. So, yeah, I have that maxed out now. Not sure if there is audio coming from that. Oh wait, here we go. Yeah, well, I have that up on screen for you now. So that audio should be coming through. It is deadly quiet in Kiev, guys. So, there at last earlier we were watching flashes in the sky. There was a clash occurring on the outskirts of the city, and we've been keeping an eye on that. Yeah, everybody. I see everybody talking about the Ghost of Ukraine. He's still up in there. He's still up there in the skies. I can be sure of that. Here's a clip from Funker 530 of some Russian saboteurs gunned down in Kiev. I think we'll take a look at that real quick. Actually, we're hearing some audio out of the Kiev camps just there. I heard some shots. So maybe we will keep an eye on that. Yeah, again, I need to get some other Kiev cams up on the screen here. A lot of them are going down right now, guys, so keep that in mind. We are running out of Kiev cams by the hour. Yeah, so it looks like the Kiev feeds we have up for you guys is what we have at this time. A lot of feeds are going down, as I just said.